Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Wilson, if you go ahead and call roll, please.
Philip Ball,
Here.
Kevin Barnett,
Here.
Lucas Carter,
Here.
Ronnie Carter,
Here.
Evelyn Farmer, here, Bo Green,
Here.
Doug Hughes, Gary Mills,
Here.
James Burton.
Next is motion to enter reports, and they're enclosed.
Second.
And first and second, we have any discussion? Seeing none, we all vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Mayor, I spoke to you about
Yes.
this just before the meeting.
Yes.
I was thinking that this is a special call meeting, that we couldn't vary from the agenda.
Yes.
And if anybody in the public was here, because we didn't meet last week, I thought we could make it a delayed meeting or something, but you,
Yeah, actually, we looked that up, and by law, it has to be a special call, because we changed days from the ordinance set. If anyone from the public wishes to speak, they can speak. We just can't take action on it or anything tonight. We can have them speak, we just can't take action. But by changing it from the date set by ordinance, we do have to have special call. And I appreciate that. Next, motion to enter list of city bills paid, and they're enclosed.
Make a motion.
And first and second, any discussion? Seeing none, that's all in favor? All opposed? None opposed, motion approved. Approval of minutes of regular meeting held Tuesday, March 20th, 2012, and it's enclosed.
So moved.
First and second, all in favor? All opposed? Authorization to advertise for bids for blacktop per ton laid. And the reason we want to do that is, they'll give us a price to when we pick it up and stuff, but I don't want them just to give us one price and then charge us for that. They'll give us a little better price for our pickup blacktop, which is just when we do potholes and stuff. But we need it laid.
Heard anything from the state of how much the road is gonna be?
Haven't got the road. I was wanting to try to get it on this meeting, but we've not even got their agreement yet. And last year, James, they seen it, first week of May, which was actually about 3 or 4 weeks late. You know, usually we try to get it out. But I have not heard from anyone that it will be cut any, so that's a good sign.
Make a motion.
Second.
Got first and second, please roll call.
Philip Ball,
Aye.
Kevin Barnett, Lucas Carter, Ronnie Carter, Evelyn Farmer, Bo Green, Doug Hughes, Gary Mills, James Burton.
Next is consideration of the ordinance amending the code of ordinances relating to all parks and recreational facilities in the city of Middlesboro, Kentucky, and that's first reading. I'd ask for a motion for her to read.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? I'm sorry, that does have to be a roll call.
Philip Ball,
Aye.
Kevin Barnett, Lucas Carter, Ronnie Carter, Evelyn Farmer, Bo Green, Doug Hughes, Gary Mills, James Burton.
If you read it, please say, I know you want to.
An ordinance amending the code of ordinances relating to all parks and recreational facilities in the city of Middlesboro, Kentucky. 92.01 definitions. E, city park, any recreational facility owned, operated, or maintained by the city of Middlesboro to include picnic areas, shelters, pools, playgrounds, facilities, and equipment for engaging in any sport or activity. Basketball, horseshoes, pitch, skating, etc. Restrooms, buildings, and grounds encompassing any such area. 92.05, park hours. A, city park hours are 6 a.m. until 12 a.m. midnight, daily, year-round, except as provided for in paragraph B. No person is permitted to be on any park premises between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. This paragraph shall not be construed as an indication that any particular services or functions of a park will be available during all open hours. Seasonal and staffing limitations may apply to recreational functions. B, park hours may be extended for city-sponsored special events, sporting events conducted by city-sanctioned leagues or organizations, or by specific approval of the executive authority or his designee. Events held at the community center under a rental agreement are subject to the terms agreed upon and any applicable administrative policy. In the event of extended hours, a city official shall notify the police department when all functions are complete and the affected park is to be closed. C, the police department is directed to regularly patrol all city parks' closed hours. If any person is discovered unlawfully on park premises, they are to be immediately removed from the said premises. Officers may issue a warning for the first offense if no other violation of statute or ordinance are discovered. In the event of enforcement action, an officer may elect to charge an offense pursuant to state trespassing statutes, KRS Chapter 511, if he has determined that the offender has been previously charged with the violation of this ordinance. 92.99 penalty. Any parent, guardian, or person having legal custody allowing a minor to violate 92.02B shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be subject to a fine of no more than $500 or imprisonment for a period not to exceed 6 months or both. Any person found in violation of 92.05A shall be subject to a fine of no more than $100.
Next is approval of refund to Enterprise Rent-A-Car in the amount of $444.75 for occupational tax withheld and paid in error.
So moved.
Is that place out in McKenna, that's why, out of Shirley?
Do what, it's one that was at Ebbs, now they're out here beside Waffle King, they're renting in that little strip mall.
They're outside the city, that's right.
Yeah, they're in the city still. What happened is, two of their employees for a period of time was working with the regional enterprise, and they cut them out of the paycheck, and they're not here in Middlesboro's office. Need a roll call on that, please.
Philip Ball,
Aye.
Kevin Barnett,
Aye.
Lucas Carter,
Aye.
Ronnie Carter,
Aye.
Evelyn Farmer,
Aye.
Bo Green,
Aye.
Doug Hughes,
Aye.
Gary Mills,
Aye.
James Percy.
Next is committee reports, personnel.
One point this down here. Yeah, we need to discuss under personnel about department heads attending meetings. In our previous committee meeting here, we talked about having department heads here, code enforcers. I mean, just, it's been going on years now that we have the police chief, the fire chief, the street people here. But basically a meeting. So if they're going to attend, we feel like we need all department heads here. They questions arise that we don't know the answer to. We need to draft some type of ordinance, that stating that these department heads attend council meetings.
I'm not sure it takes an ordinance, we can have them attend. One thing I would have, and this is the biggest problem we have sometimes, is when you come out with questions that they can't answer just off their head. If you do have something you need, if you could help them out by getting it to them a little early, they could actually bring you some information.
You could do this budget executive.
Yes, you can do it that way, and we will. The biggest thing is if we don't have anything, is having them all up here if we don't really have anything. That's the biggest.
So we don't know, they may be somebody walking that door now in 5 minutes and want to know something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We don't have the answer.
And that's fine, we can have them here. The biggest thing, like I say, is a lot of times they're being asked to answer right off the top of their head.
Right.
And that is a tough, that's a tough thing, because you're asking them to give you a law sometimes, or a regulation or ordinance. Yes, sir.
I guess my opinion is that, or my idea is that if we could do the subcommittee meetings, we could ask the questions at the subcommittee meeting, and then maybe they could take that next time and then bring information back to the council meeting.
Okay.
I mean, does that work kind of? We wouldn't expect them to answer anything off the cuff, or just know everything, it would just, it's just a general discussion in the committee meetings, and then we could bring it back and kind of have an answer.
And give them a chance to,
Yeah,
that's the
right.
biggest thing we've
Well, one of the
seen.
biggest things that come up in these committee meetings and council meetings more than anything is code enforcement. And we never have no one here from code enforcement. Do we even have a code enforcement? That's one of the questions we discussed. I know Randy is stormwater director, and JC is more or less doing building permits, collecting taxes, and things like that. Do we have a certified code
No.
enforcement?
I think Mike's stormwater now.
Yeah, Mike's actually stormwater.
too.
Yeah, well, Mike's actually head of stormwater,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he
So
works,
Randy
Randy works
back where
under
he
him.
was.
Yeah, Randy works under him on part of it. And it's because it's going more and more to the same as sewage, which is our wastewater. And it needed somebody that maybe could follow up a little more on testing. Because next, year after next, isn't it, I think, Michael?
Probably
We
start
actually
testing.
get where you have to start testing outlets of anything 36 inches and above.
You know, I don't know if every one of them is on salary, but if they're not on salary, you know, I have no objection to giving them some comp time or whatever, but do we need a motion to have department heads here?
No, we can have him, he's the only one that's not.
And Bill, they may not have
And
the
he's-
answer or both.
Correct.
They may not have the answer tonight, but
Right.
they may have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And-
But, you know, they don't have to attend every
No, we're not looking for a
subcommittee
quick
meeting. It's
response.
just,
It's
you
just,
know,
Yeah.
you know,
if they have
street
the
committee,
answer.
of course, would be, and then.
Oh, that's the one I'm talking about, on subcommittees, it would be better if you have questions to let them know, because there's
Right.
nothing. Okay,
Yeah.
because for them to
Yeah,
attend them all, I
between-
don't see any of them need to be at all of them, because you might be here on community development, talking about sidewalks, in which basically none of them,
Yeah.
you know, fall into that. So
No,
if
we
you,
just-
that's what I meant on subcommittee. As far as council meetings, we can have them here every time, because JC is the only one out, well, which Chief Wilder is tonight, but he's normally here. He called, said he had something, I told him I understood 100%. You know,
Right,
sometimes.
They got something, you know,
yeah.
sometimes they can't make, they don't.
But
make
JC is
whatever.
the only other one, and he's not, and James, you might help more on this than that. JC never actually finished the certification years ago on being able, I think, because when Mike Sharp won his court case and came back, JC did not finish up at that time, so through the years running, he never did get his, as far as certification of that part. He oversees our codes, but when it comes to condemnation, things like that, he does not have the certification. That's where we bring Mr. Ray.
Shouldn't we have someone,
Part-time. That's something we can look at. Mine would be,
not a full-time job, I mean someone
yeah.
that's in that area to do
Well,
that?
well, Tim Rader does it for us. That's the $300 that we pay monthly